Hi, this is Jared Robles, and we are going to discuss about the computer hardware and its functions. What is a CPU? Well, CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, and it is the main brain or heart of a computer. Its functions are to process input, stores data, and output results as it performs all of the instructions and calculations needed to manage the flow through a computer. Next is CPU fan with heatsink. It is an active cooling solution to cool down integrated circuits in a computer's systems, commonly the CPU. It works by moving hot air from the CPU to a heatsink using fans. The next one is system fan. System fan or computer fan is any fan inside or attached to a computer case used for active cooling. Its functions are used to draw cooler air into the case from the outside, expel warm air from inside, and move air across a heatsink to cool a particular component. Following this is an optical disk drive. An optical disk drive is a disk drive that uses laser light or electromagnetic waves within or near the visible light spectrum as part of the process of reading or writing data to or from optical disks. ODD has two types, which are the IDE type and the SATA type. Next is HDD. HDD stands for hard disk drive. It is a non-volatile data storage device. Non-volatile refers to storage devices that maintain stored data when turned off. HDD has two types, which is the IDE type and the SATA type. IDE type is a type of hard drive controller which bundles the components of the hard drive and its controller into one interface, while the SATA type is a rotary hard drives with spinning platters and a moving needle that writes data to consecutive sectors on each platter.
So now, we're gonna talk about SATA cable, IDE cable, audio jack, and power cord. What is SATA cable? Well, SATA stands for Serial Advanced Technology Attachment. It is an industry standards bus interface for connecting a computer's host bus adapter to storage devices such as hard disk drives, optical drives, and solid-state drives. Its functions are to connect devices and computer cable assemblies such as storage devices to your computer's motherboard. Next is the IDE cable. IDE stands for Integrated Drive Electronic. It is a standard type of connection for storage devices and it refers to the type of cables and ports. It's used to connect some hard disk drives and optical drives to each other and to the motherboard. The next one is the audio jack. This type of jack is intended for the audio and microphone port. They transmit analog audio signals. Audio jacks are found in many types of audio equipment and musical instruments. It accepts external sound sources. And now, we have the power cord. Alternatively known as a power cable, means cable or flex. A power cord is a primary cable that provides power to the computer, printer, monitor, and components within the computer. Its functions are to connect the computer to the main source of electricity to make it functional.
What is HDMI cable? HDMI stands for High Definition Multimedia Interface, a standard for concurrently sending digital video and audio from a source, such as a computer or TV cable box, to a computer monitor, TV, or projector. Next is VGA cord. VGA stands for Video Graphics Array. A VGA cable is a device used to transfer video signals. It does this by acting as a link between the computer and the monitor or between the computer and the television screen. The next hardware is RJ45. The 8-pin RJ45 connector is a standardized interface which often connects a computer to a local area network. Despite being used in many different applications, this sort of connector was initially created for telephone conversations. The next one is Ethernet cable. An Ethernet cable, also known as a network cable, is a connection that connects your computer to a router, modem, or network switch. This gives your device access to the local area network, or in other words, gives it access to the internet.
The motherboard. What is the motherboard? The motherboard is so-called the brain of the computer. It is the computer's main circuit board. It is a tin plate that holds the CPU, memory, connectors for the hard drives and optical drives, expansion cards to control the video and audio, connectors to your computer's ports such as USB ports. So what are the functions of the motherboard? Or what does it do exactly? The motherboard is the backbone that ties the computer's components together at one spot and allows them to talk to each other. With a CMOS battery. The CMOS battery is a small circle metal that almost looks like a coin. It is a battery that maintains the time, date, hard disk, and other configurations in the CMOS memory. The functions of the CMOS battery is it powers your computer's BIOS firmware, which is responsible for booting up your computer and configuring data flow. RAM. So what is the RAM? RAM stands for Random Access Memory. But what does that mean? RAM essentially is a short-term memory, where data is stored as the processor needs it. This isn't to be confused with long-term memory that's stored on your hard drive, which stays even if the computer is turned off. So what are the functions of the RAM? RAM is a temporary bank where your computer stores data it needs to retrieve quickly. RAM keeps the data easily accessible so your processor can quickly find it without having to go into long-term storage to complete immediate processing tasks. The fifth one, the power supply. So what is the power supply? The power supply provides component with electric power. The term usually pertains to devices integrated within the component being powered. For example, computer power supplies convert AC current to DC current and are generally located at the rear of the computer case along with at least one fan. So what are the functions of the power supply? Its function is to offer electric power to an electrical load such as laptop computers, servers, and other electronic devices. The main function of the power supply is to convert electric current from a source to the correct voltage, current, frequency to the power load.
So now, we're gonna talk about the computer's adapter. The first is, what is wireless card? A wireless card, or wireless network card, is a wireless terminal device used to enable internet connection through the wireless connection network under the coverage of a wireless local area network. Second, what is Ethernet LAN card? A Ethernet LAN card is a computer hardware component that connects a computer to a computer network and to transmit data from the network to your computer. Third, what is audio card? A audio card is an internal expansion card that provides input and output of audio signals to and from a computer under the control of computer programs. And lastly, what is video card? A video card, also called graphic card, is an integrated circuit that generates the video signal sent to a computer display.
And that's the end of our discussion about the computer hardware and its functions. Thanks for watching and have fun learning.